What's going on, Dominators? Eldar here, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with the Wiz. It's a pretty good cappuccino. I haven't been here in a very long time. Wow, a very long time. And sometimes it's a little bit hard to keep producing content and always trying to produce and focus on those things, and especially when you have so many things that you're trying to do. And you know, when I create this type of content, essentially it's to share something out, to give something, to you. That's my goal. I'm trying to pass a message. That's my biggest thing. And sometimes it takes a lot of resources for me, I think, in terms of energy. So it took me a little bit of time to get back and, to start being here again and start creating more videos and, sharing more things. And I think that one of the biggest thing that kind of made me to want to be in front of a camera again is what I see recently going on with, a lot of agencies and Local Dominator users and just people in general. And what happened is, everybody wants to grow. Well, not everybody, but most people want to grow. Most people want to take their professional life to the next level, their business life, their, personal life, their relationship life, their whatever it is. They want to do different things. They want to improve, but sometimes they run into snags and they run into problems. And I just found myself recently doing those type of coaching calls where I was like, you know what, I really want to talk about this kind of like in a broad way. And the biggest thing is the amount of effort that people are willing to put in to reach to their goals. So in many cases, I speak with people and they say, well, I want to grow my business. I want to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then when I ask them, great, so in order to reach 1, 2, 3, and 4, what are the things that you have done? Like, what are the actions that you have laid so you can follow those steps and be able to accomplish your goals? In the majority of the cases, the answer is the same. I haven't done anything. Or, they just we always say a goal with no date is a dream, right? So you have to put the dates and tangible things for your goals. And I do this thing for myself, my business, my personal life, whatever it is. And it's kind of like, here, let's compare a diet and a business growth. What's the difference? There is no difference. In order to accomplish your diet goals, you have to follow your diet recipe. You have to follow your diet plan. Same thing when your business, ventures. If you want to make sure your goals are going to happen, you have to lay up a plan and you have to execute your plan. Now, it's not enough. There's one thing, in my opinion, that is significantly greater than a plan, and without it, you cannot have a plan. Okay? Talk about this. The thing is, it's the ambition and it's the passion and it's the desire of the objective that will make you get a good plan and a solid plan. Let me go back a little bit and kind of explain this thing. If you want to do something, if I want to do something, let's say I want to pick up this glass right here. I want to pick this cup of coffee from the table. If I don't have the desire, if I don't have the passion to do so, it's going to remain right here. The thing is, it doesn't require much passion to lift this thing and take a sip, right? However, it does take a great passion to take your business to the next level, to take your business to the next tier that you have never even thought about. So you have to be fully dedicated to it. You have to be all in, no matter what. You have to meet the objective by hook or by crook. And by having that philosophy, by having that state of mind, you will be able to accomplish those things. Get yourself a goal, figure what you want, but make that goal come from your passion, for your ambition to get to that destination. So if you want to get your agency to, I don't know, maybe 6 figures a month, or maybe 7 figures a year, or you want to take your own, local business to those numbers, or whatever numbers it is. You have to have the passion. You have to have the desire to make things happen by all necessary means. And I'm going to share a little story with you today. I have some goals that I'm looking to achieve for this month. And I realized that my team didn't take action to be able to get me to these goals. So what do you think I've done? What I was like, well, maybe they're going to make it happen. No, I didn't wait. Once I realized it's not going to happen, my passion kicked in. My desire to make this goal kicked in. And I started to implement different things that I realized is going to make me reach that goal. And this is what I did. And the same thing I want you to do as well. Don't wait for anybody. Don't wait to something that will happen. Don't wait for an event. Don't wait for a holiday. Don't wait for your partner. Don't wait for your employees. Get it done. If you allocate a task to somebody and they're not getting it done, then figure it out how you can get it done. No matter what. There is no weekends, there's no Saturdays, there's no Sunday, there's nothing else. There's just the business. Unless you want to get to 60, maybe 70 years old, and then you want to figure out, oh shit, I didn't take care of all my life and I gotta, figure shit out when I'm 70. I see this stuff all day long. You don't want to be there. I don't want to be there. My dad said you have to work as much as you can when you're young to be able to sustain your life afterwards. And this is crazy. This is crazy how not to follow it, because it's so true. When we are young, when we are fresh, when we are energized, we have all of the resources to be able to meet our objectives, to get to the goals that we want. And all we have to do is to desire it and to want it. That's the thing. If you don't want it enough, you're not going to do it. That's what it's all about. You have to want it. And if you want something, you'll make it happen by all necessary means. And that's what I want you to do. So if you want to grow your agency, I want you to be passionate about it. Whatever, if it's your agency or again, your business, whatever business it is, be patient to a point that it's the most important thing. There's no other way around it, right? There's no half pregnancy. You cannot be in a business and say, well, maybe it's going to work, maybe it's not going to work. No, it's not going to happen. Get your desire fired up to help you write a plan and then work your plan. If you work your plan with passion, with desire, you're going to make the objective. Now, let's talk a little bit about how do we grow different businesses. And this applies to almost any business. There are only 2 ways that we can do it. Earn our way in or buy our way in. It's freaking simple. So let's say you are starting a home service business, all right, or an agency. I'll talk about both of them. And you don't have much resources. So what you have to do is to allocate your time. You're going to have to trade your time for money. That's what you're going to have to do because you don't have resources to buy maybe thousands of dollars worth of ads, right? So you're going to have to earn your way in. And earn your way in, if you are a plumber in HVAC, maybe you need to do and hang like door flyers or go to different restaurants and offer your services and collaborate in the community. And you have to put in the legwork to make it happen. You got to get that sweat equity, right? That sweat, effort in a way. So is this flipping? So that's the one thing. And if it's an agency, create content, participate in blogs, participate in podcasts, do whatever it is. By the way, I'm doing this today kind of like on the fly. I'm with shorts because I wanted to talk to you today like we are sitting in the living room. That's my goal, like a friend to a friend. That's where I'm trying to get this thing. So nothing fancy, no lights, nothing. I want to be able to really talk to you like a friend so you'll take action. And the action that I want you to take first is to get yourself busy with the activities and earn your way into your marketplace. Whatever, if you're a plumber, if you're a garage door, if you're an electrician, if you're a dentist, if you're an attorney, you need to create that aura around you. You need to create that magical thing that happened when you're dealing with activity, when you're creating content, when you're going to event, when you're mingling, when you're networking. All of those things will take you as an individual and your business to the next level. And all you have to do is religiously do it consistently. Now, hey, you don't have to do it every day, all day long, but you can say, well, I'm going to, invest X amount of hours every day or every week to do those things that I want to do to be able to earn my way in the marketplace. And that's the most important thing. So the first thing, I want you to earn your way in your marketplace. And I've seen this thing for the last couple of years since I started coaching. There's a lot of people, I don't want to put names out here, but there are some people that I see them and I see them follow those recipes that I've been sharing, and it makes my heart and my emotions, and it just makes me happy. It makes me happy when I see somebody that was struggling and they come for advice, or they see something, or even a YouTube, whatever it is, and they take action and they change their life. And I've met several people that have completely changed their life dramatically, from being broke to like making shitload of money in a very short period of time, just because they do the actions that they're supposed to do. And this is what I want you to do too. I want you to take action, earn your way in. Now let's talk about buy your way in. Buy your way in is the next step. Buy your way in means you have to allocate some funds in order to get traction. Running ads, creating PRs, different things, investing in equipment to do videos, whatever. But hey, the most important thing is to keep it simple, by the way. I'm shooting this with an iPhone 14, one of my older iPhones. And yeah, I got this thing. But no need for fancy cameras and BS bullshit and super expensive stuff. There's really no need for that. So when you want to create your path, your journey to success, and you're going to look at your things, you're going to look at your options, when you're going to get to the buy your way in, it's not the amount of your buying, it's the effort again. It's what you're going to do, is the activities, is where you divide your time to buy your stuff in. I don't know if the most, but one of my most successful ads for my agency was a very low quality Loom video that I did several years ago. It was so bad. I was wearing a tank top like that, and because I didn't want us to show the videos, I was like so close to the camera so they won't see my shoulders. And I woke up one day, I was like drinking coffee. It was like my strong black coffee. And I was like, shit, I'm just gonna do a video about those results we got to this client. I'm just gonna publish it. I'm gonna run it as ads. And it was so low key. I mean, I did the whole thing in less than 10 minutes. No mic, nothing. Just me with my laptop. And I just, like 2-3 minutes video, or Loom video with, like your little circle that they can see you. It was super simple. Boom. And then I just ran some ads with it. And it was great. It was amazing. I mean, one of my best ads ever. The reason, this simplicity of things sometimes really, really work. So when I say buy your way in, I don't want you to buy equipment or different things. I just want you to put the resources and allocate some funds in order to buy ads, press release and different things that you can do to get your name out there, to buy, that exposure, okay? So think about this for a second. Now, at the end of the day, it's all about compounding. And when you have compounding interest, this is where things are getting really, really exciting. Now, compounding interest is not just, with money, where your money is compounding, right? But compounding can be on almost anything. Your own social media channel, your own distribution will also be compounding, because if you're gonna, work on your earning your way and buying your way, so you're going to stack different types of content. And here is the crazy things. Sometimes I see people that are just creating content for the sake of creating content because they keep stacking on that content, but that's the skill that they were able to accomplish. Forget about what they're selling. You know what? Let's talk about this. A lot of time you'll see them selling freaking junk. Kid you not, selling junk. How many times did you buy like a freaking junk course or something online, but you purchased it because the ads or the exposure that you got to was so good that you're like, damn, I have to get it. That's the compounding. You see it organically, you see it in posting, you see it in ads. Craig Cardone is running ads. Craig Cardone. I mean, the guy is like one of the I mean, he's probably going to tap out Kim Kardashian on Instagram very soon. So if Grant Cardone, Grant, I always like, his name is always like Cardone, CC. Anyhow, but if he's like running ads, although you have insane social media present and in person in events and different things, why does he do that? Well, there is a reason. He keeps stacking his exposure. So that's the things you need to do. Stack it. Now, it's not going to end over there. It's not just video. It's emails. It's SMS. You want to be everywhere for your potential clients. I had one guy say it. I was like literally, well, I onboarded him after that. It was like, Eldar, like, what the hell are you doing? Like, every time I open my phone, I see your fucking face. Literally, that was his word. And he says, even when I go to take a shit, I see your face. I was like, oh, yeah. That was funny. It was funny. But my point is, that's what we need to do. So in order to grow our business, we need to stack. We need to stack our efforts by creating content, earning our way in, and of course, buying our way in. And all of those things are getting tied to something very, very simple that's called passion. If you are passionate about it, you will be able to make it happen. I'm going to share another thing with you. Right now, it's the holiday season in Israel, which finally, luckily, it's over. And wow, it was super challenging because in that season, we have about 20 days off in a 30 days span. Now, I got goals like crazy. And when I have people on my team, it's like, oh, well, it's a weekend. It's like a holiday weekend. I'm not working. You're like, I'm going crazy, right? Like, I gotta meet my objectives. I want to get to my goals. Like, I don't have time to take times off. When everybody was holidaying, when everybody was on vacation, when everybody was cruising and chilling, your loyal servant here was working his ass off. The reason behind it is because the most important thing in my life, at least for me, is my goals. Not to take a holiday. I'm going to take my holidays when I'll retire. Not right now. I don't have the passion to do that. But my passion is to get my business to where I want to get my business. And that's the most important thing. Hey, by the way, Steve Jobs once said, if you don't bother to come to work on Saturday, don't come to work on Sunday, which is my favorite quote. It is by far my favorite quote because that shows the philosophy. It shows the dedication. It shows the ambition that he had for himself and his teammates. Because if you have a teammate that just take too much times off, they're not really focused, then they're just going to divide you. They're going to part you from your goals. So everybody in your boat, everybody in your household should be aligned. And when I say everybody in your household should be aligned, that means that if your spouse, your girlfriend, whomever, your significant other doesn't get it, it's a problem. It's a problem. They have to support you because you cannot, right? They have to support you. And if they don't support you, they will take you away. You won't be able to reach those goals. If those goals are super important, you have to explain it to your partner. You have to talk to them about it. Make sure they understand so they will give you the stage to be able to get this thing done. So if I take everything I kind of mentioned today and I'm going to wrap it up and I'm going to summarize it, I want you to be fired up. I want you to be super passionate about your goals. Whatever your goals may be passionate about it and get it done. Fight to make it happen by hook or by crook, by all necessary means. And if you have this mindset for just a little bit of time, several months, your life will change. Hopefully this has helped. Let me know in the comments, how did you like it? And what are the things that you have applied, to your life, to your business? See you on the next time. Bye-bye.